knows, the mortgage companies know that maybe you'll keep your house 7 years. So the greatest tax write-offs for that home mortgage is within the first 7 or 10 years. Do you know if you have a 30-year mortgage, let's just say it was for $200,000, that in the first 20 years, you've only paid down $100,000 of principal? Why? Because all of that money went for interest.
Not all of the debt that you owe to the IRS is actually dischargeable under the bankruptcy code. Priority debt or more recent debt is not dischargeable.
Floyd
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. Man, I seen I think Stephen A was talking about he was bankrupt.
See, I know he came up with a commercial talking about he just invested in this deal that's worth like $402 million. They're dealing with 60 apartment buildings.
Yeah, I heard a nigga bought half of New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he walking down the street of New York. Yeah, I own that one. I own that one.
Seen that too.
So some people reached out to the agencies that he's connected with about this deal, and they said no comment.
Let me tell you something. I got a question. Niggas is nosy for no reason.
Nosy as hell.
What I'm reaching out to these people about they deal for?
You want to talk to me about the Floyd Mayweather? No comment. They say his name ain't on the paperwork. Nothing.
I seen him on something. He look like a bum.
What?
He was looking like a bum, acting like they shaved in the month.
Oh, yeah, I seen that too.
There is no way this man is broke. There is no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know. What the money would be.
First, we have his Bugatti Veyron 16.4. This one's going for about $1 million. His Ferrari Enzo going for about $2 million. His Lamborghini Murcielago going for about $500,000. His Bentley Mulsanne going for about $300K. He owns at least 29 Rolls-Royce Phantoms, and each of these start at about $450,000. He also has a Bentley golf car going for about $30,000. And lastly, we have his Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita. This one's going for about $5 million.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., once synonymous with financial invincibility, now finds himself at the center of intensifying scrutiny and speculation surrounding his true wealth. Despite maintaining an aura of untouchable success, with displays of extravagant spending and bold declarations about his investments, cracks are starting to show in the money team empire. The image Mayweather continues to project, one of endless luxury and calculated business moves, is increasingly being challenged by a growing mountain of financial red flags, legal disputes, and rumors of looming bankruptcy. For years, Mayweather has cultivated the persona of a self-made mogul, touting his transition from boxing to what he calls real estate boxing, a phrase he coined to describe his latest ventures. He claims to own a massive $600 million portfolio, allegedly made up of apartment buildings, luxury residences, and prime commercial spaces. On social media, he flaunts supposed deals in Manhattan, Dubai, and Los Angeles. In one particularly flashy video, he boasted about a $42 million purchase of 60 buildings in New York City, complete with drone shots of skyscrapers and private jet arrivals. But as reporters and insiders dig deeper, many of these investments appear either untraceable or not directly linked to Mayweather himself. Real estate firms
This is like they call this house right here the Palace. It's the EWB. Still little bits. Gucci pillows. All depends on how you want to close the door. Stop talking on film. I didn't show you guys this. I bought this like 4 or 5 days ago. I got all type of toys, Apple TV, espresso machine, all type of crazy stuff. Talked about this yesterday. It's blue on the seats. Crocodile Himalaya, 110,000. That's what we do. Live life, have fun, work hard, play hard. Show you guys my lifestyle.
Real quick, okay?
Despite
the lawsuit, I gotta go through the details, but apparently, a few of his girls, strippers at Girl Collection are suing him for loss of wages. Okay? Now, I wasn't gonna pay attention to this because I was just like, hi y'all, and you suing him for loss of wages. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, you get your money from the paper. What does he have to do with your money? And so somebody put a little bird in my ear. They said this was the beginning of the lawsuit. Okay? They're going to be adding more allegations of harassment and all this stuff. And I'm just like, no, hold up, brother. You worked in a club. And so apparently there's more to come. All right? But here's my thing. I was like, the last person that filed a lawsuit against him, alleging anything, where's she?
But in the real estate market, the undefeated boxing champ just sold his Miami Beach mansion for a jaw-dropping $22 million. Let's break down the numbers and see why Floyd's still living up to his nickname. Mayweather originally bought this stunning waterfront property in 2021 for $18 million. Fast forward 3 years and he's walking away with a cool $4 million profit. Not bad, right? Here's a fun twist. The buyer is taking on a $13 million mortgage, which comes with monthly payments of nearly $99,000. Now, let's talk about the mansion itself. It's a 3-story masterpiece, spanning over 9,000 square feet with 9 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. But the amenities? Next level. A 5,000 square foot rooftop with panoramic views, a private dock for a 30-meter yacht, a movie theater, gym, game room, and even smart home tech. Plus, it's located in a guard-gated community, ultimate privacy for the ultra-rich. This isn't Floyd's only play in the property game. He recently listed his Beverly Hills estate for a whopping $48 million. That's nearly double the $25.5 million he paid for it back in 2017. If it sells, he'll pocket an insane $22.5 million profit. This Beverly Hills compound is a paradise of its own, with 6 bedrooms, 9.5 bathrooms,
allegedly involved in these deals have refused to confirm his ownership, and public records fail to show his name tied to key transactions. More concerning is the growing list of legal and financial complications circling Mayweather's empire. In 2017, the IRS filed a lien against him for $22.2 million in unpaid taxes from 2015, the same year he earned around $300 million from his blockbuster bout against Manny Pacquiao. This wasn't a one-off. Records show Mayweather also owed $7.2 million in back taxes from 2010. These debts, especially to the IRS, are not easily erased. Even bankruptcy wouldn't absolve them. Some insiders claim Mayweather has relied on last-minute payments, asset liquidations, and hush deals to stay afloat. In fact, reports surfaced that he requested a delay in paying his 2015 tax bill until after the 2017 Conor McGregor fight, suggesting liquidity issues even when his income was at its peak. Compounding the tension are allegations from former employees, partners, and business insiders. Workers at Mayweather Boxing Plus fitness locations in Los Angeles have reportedly protested over unpaid wages and financial mismanagement. Former dancers and staff from his now-closed Las Vegas strip club, Girl Collection, are suing him for wage theft and unpaid earnings lawsuits that may soon include claims of workplace harassment and misconduct. The financial neglect in these cases paints a stark contrast to Mayweather's online persona, where he's seen casually dropping hundreds of thousands on jewelry, cars, and designer clothes. The optics only add fuel to the fire. Mayweather is still
Canelo are having a last lap. Canelo is going to enjoy his lucrative contract. He's going to fight the very best, unlike Floyd. Waits for fighters to either be over the hill or too young, the way he fought Canelo when he was too young. But look, hey, if Floyd really wants to fight, if he really wants to come out of retirement and crawl under his rock, then call out Canelo once again at 160, okay, 100 pounds, 160 pounds. Call out Canelo and do the rematch, and that's it.
You think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? You think he actually wants
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million? Right. You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking.
He called him out the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old. Of course. If I fought freaking If I fought Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old, what am I going to do? I'm going to beat him easy because of my experience.
So fight him in his prime, he goes down.
Easy.
What's your message to Floyd?
Floyd, stay under your rock, dude.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That 1.8 is high. 18 life. That happy birthday, champ. That's how we go. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show when he's saying
Money Green.
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for champ, Floyd, Money Mayweather. One of one piece. One of one. Money team. Can we see it on him? Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's a one of champion. I love that.
Boxing Doctor News. Hey there, money moves enthusiasts. Let's talk about Floyd Mayweather's wild ride in the world of wealth. 1 minute. We're hearing about financial troubles. The next, he's dropping $402 million on Manhattan real estate. But hold up, plot twist. Now his LA gym employees are protesting, claiming they haven't been paid. Is the money team really out of money? Meanwhile, Mayweather's still flexing, snagging a $20 million property in Midtown. What's the real story here? Is he a real estate mogul or facing a cash crunch? And the biggest question, does Floyd even know what's happening at his gym? This financial roller coaster is giving us whiplash. What do you think is really going on with Mayweather's millions?
We're talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. You know, we can't feed our family just saying I love you. You know, money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences. And with me being able to make a lot of money, I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me, and it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes. And
then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Still regularly seen with multi-million-dollar watches, including the infamous $18 million Jacob & Company billionaire timepiece. His garages are filled with Bugattis, Rolls-Royces, and Ferraris, vehicles that reportedly never leave their display spots. He's claimed to spend $25,000 per month on barbers and daily upkeep, and regularly posts cash-stuffed duffel bags as proof of his wealth. But these very posts have sparked doubts from financial experts and boxing insiders, who argue that such behavior often signals desperation rather than abundance. Prominent voices in sports and media are no longer holding back. Oscar de la Hoya has mocked Mayweather's attempts at staying relevant through exhibition fights, implying they're financially motivated rather than legacy-driven. Stephen A. Smith recently delivered a scathing analysis on national television, questioning Mayweather's obsession with image over substance and warning fans not to be fooled by the glitz. Even rapper 50 Cent, once a close friend and business partner, has repeatedly taken shots at Mayweather's literacy and financial knowledge, calling into question the legitimacy of his business acumen. Adding a personal dimension to the drama are Mayweather's fractured relationships. Gervonta Tank Davis, his former protege, has gone public with accusations that Mayweather used him financially and emotionally, claiming he was barred from Mayweather's gym and exploited during his rise in the sport. Davis's interviews suggest a pattern of manipulation and isolation, describing Mayweather as someone who surrounds himself with yes-men and isolates anyone who challenges his authority. Despite all this, Mayweather continues to deny any financial trouble. He claims to be liquid, smart, and fully in control. He's said to have sold his Miami property for a $4 million profit and is currently marketing his Beverly Hills mansion for a reported $52.5 million, a $22.5 million increase from his purchase price. He also touts earnings from overseas exhibitions, particularly in Asia and the Middle East, where promoters reportedly pay him 8 figures just to show up. Still, experts warn that this strategy is unsustainable. Exhibitions are short-term fixes that mask deeper structural issues. Real wealth, they argue, comes from stable, verified investments, not smoke and mirrors Instagram reels. And with increasing scrutiny from the IRS, civil courts, and possibly federal investigators, Mayweather may not be able to maintain the illusion much longer. In the end, Floyd Mayweather's story might serve as a cautionary tale that even the richest athlete of a generation is not immune to the consequences of unchecked spending, financial secrecy, and a refusal to adapt. Whether he is genuinely still the richest man in the room or just playing the part for one final act remains one of the most compelling questions in modern sports culture.